and happy spring.
That's right, and it's Friday, TGIF. Yes. I'm always excited when we get to Friday.
Yes, spring officially begins this evening at 6:45, and I'm so excited, although it's rainy today.
I know, gloomy.
But the sun is on the way.
Hopefully so, hopefully so. I've been really looking forward to the fact that it's spring, buying dresses, doing the whole white and, you know, all these pretty colors that we're even wearing this morning, but it's kind of tough to pull out the floral when it's not sunny outside.
I know, but also it's the UN declared International Day of Happy.
Ooh.
So
because I'm happy,
just go be happy. You know you gotta send Tom a note about that.
I know. We always have to pay to sing. It kills me.
Okay, so this is ugly outside. You may want to go visit Art in Bloom at the North Carolina Museum of Art. We told you about it yesterday, but it's underway now, and it's a great chance to soak up some spring, especially since it's so rainy today.
I know, and the Spring Carousel is coming to the North Carolina State Fairgrounds next weekend. More than 150 exhibitors will showcase home decor, clothing, art, and one-of-a-kind gifts. We have 5 pairs of tickets to give away, so if you want them, you can go to mycarolinatoday.com and click on contest to enter. It looks like really pretty.
So March Madness is on, and it was so exciting last night. I watched a little bit of basketball before I went to bed, so I'd like to say congratulations to NC State. BJ Anya's tip-in
You gotta
just
do it.
before the buzz.
You gotta do it like the sportscaster.
BJ Anya's tip-in just before the buzzer lifted the Wolfpack to a 66-65 victory last night over LSU.
Yes.
Yes. Look at that celebration. Those are some happy men, so congratulations to the Wolfpack. Now let's talk about UNC. UNC squeaked past Harvard last night. Justin Jackson hit a tying jumper in the final minute and then had a dunk to help the Tar Heels win 67-65.
Yes, Belanda. That's what I'm talking about, Willis. It was very exciting. I think it's really cool. And I think Duke plays tonight, so there's just a lot of North Carolina happening in basketball, so that's very exciting.
Yesterday, my bubble got burst.
I know.
I read an article that says you are not to use double space at the end of a sentence. So I learned to type on a typewriter.
Yes.
In high school. And you type space, space.
I didn't learn this.
And the article also said that nothing says over 40 like doing what I do. Two spaces.
2 spaces.
Did y'all know that?
I know.
I didn't know. This is news to me. I did not know this until yesterday.
For my whole life, I have never done this double space thing, but I have noticed people doing it, including my own boyfriend who does the double space afterwards. And whenever I see it, I think it's weird. I'm always like, why do you double space? But I think some people learned it, some people didn't. So it's very strange. It's odd. It's very odd to me.
I didn't know it was a thing. And I consider myself, with it.
Yeah, you're well educated.
I'm with it.
Yeah, you're with it.
With pop stuff.
Oh, pop culture, you mean? Like, yeah, you're with it.
I know
you're
pop
with it.
stuff.
You're with it. Don't worry.
And I didn't know this was a thing. I just
very
feel
upset
so.
This morning.
I don't think I can do it.
I know.
I cannot not use 2 spaces.
The 2 spaces, double spaces.
I do it when I'm typing on the computer. I do it with text.
I know.
I just do it.
And I don't do it, so it's very odd to me when I see it. But some people are very, very strict about their punctuation, so I completely get it. And I think that if you learned it, it makes sense that you would continue to do it. And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But
well,
if
the
you
reason
are,
we did it, I'm sorry to cut you off.
No,
but the reason we did it in the first place was because with typewriters, for example, an M took up as much space as an I, even though the I didn't need it.
Okay, yes.
So you double spaced to make sure you had room to read what was coming up in the next sentence.
That makes sense.
So now with computers, they're smart enough that they don't do that.
Right.
So we're talking about this in the office. So then Kim says, oh, well, not only that, but punctuation. This article was entitled, Only Angry People Use Punctuation at the End of Messages.
I used to think that was true.
My whole world has been turned upside down. I don't get this. What is this? I do not understand.
But I'm not surprised because I'm one of those people that I don't use as much punctuation in my text messages because I'm like,
why?
Hey, I know I don't.
Why?
I know.
How do I know when you finished a thought if you don't use punctuation?
Because it's like I sent you 2 texts. The first was my first thought. The second text was my third. Or my second.
That's why my cousin Jessica does that.
Yeah, because she's saying like, so this is what I'm going to do today. Next. And and will you meet us there?
She always does that, and I never asked her, but I've always wondered, why does she text me that way?
That's the first thought,
it all.
Then the second thought, then the third thought, and that's their way of saying period. Like, so I'll see you at 5:30. Next, enter, and then goes on and on and on. So I think that's really what it is. Well, I'm sorry. I used to think like people were mad when they'd be like, period, back to me like, so no, I'm not going, period. I'd be like, oh, okay. You know?
My mind is blown. I had no idea.
That's why people think, like, I don't know if anybody's ever texted you back and been like, are you mad? Or like, because they think like if you don't say a lot of words or if you put period, they think like, oh, okay. You know, it's weird. It's a message thing. I don't know. Anyways, feel free to tweet us your thoughts on this period situation or not period.
I can't let this go. I also read that grammar is not important in these things.
Yes.
So I make a judgment and think you don't know the difference between your and your.
Yes, but people just don't pay attention to it.
But why can't you just take the time to put that apostrophe there in R-E?
There's a lot of people who would agree with you. But there's also a lot of people who are just like, I'm at a party, where are you? Okay, so you're gonna come, da-da-da-da-da. And they just don't, you know. They're not thinking about it. They're like, I'm just trying to send a message. But I hear what you're saying, Villada. I hear you. Okay, so if you can get through your text messages, you'll get very excited about this. Imagine shoes that can change to any color. This is my dream. I was in our actual office and I started screaming, hallelujah. You can only imagine a day where you could actually change the colors, the patterns of your shoes. Now, this is their prototype, but basically with a iPhone, you'll get an app that'll have a bunch of different selections of different images, patterns, colors, whatever it is you want. Right now, it's just black and white, but that's the prototype. It's an Indiegogo campaign, so you can donate, obviously, to help them get it started.
Yeah.
But everybody's talking about this shoe. It can change colors. Look how it's now, it's all white. So basically right now it's only in the black and white prototype stage, but the idea is that you'd be able to be wearing a purple dress and change the shoes purple. If you have a pattern like the one you're wearing today and you want it to match the pattern, you can do that. So it's pretty
cool.
Incredible stuff.
Any idea how much they would cost?
No word on that yet, but right now they're trying to raise, I believe, $50,000 just to like get the
going.
first ones out.
That's
so we'll
cool.
see. But
I like
that could be the future. Can you imagine like going into your closet and not having to worry about what
you
color?
Know what? It won't matter how much it costs if that's the only pair of shoes
Right,
you wear. You just change them to whatever color you want.
One pair of shoes. Hey, if that's like 10 grand and I never have to buy shoes again and it's a hot stiletto,
I can dig it.
We're talking game.
Okay.